This is a scatter plot showing fifth grade math proficiency within various New York State schools versus expenditure per pupil at that school. So each dot represents a school, and the position along the y-axis is the percentage of fifth graders in that school that score proficient on a yearly math assessment. That's the y-axis, and the x-axis gives the combined federal, state, and local expenditure per pupil at that school. One thing to notice about this graph is that there's almost no discernible relationship between expenditure and student achievement. And while this might appear to be a pessimistic finding, it actually tells us that there could be ways to improve schools that don't require us to spend any more money. On this graph, you can see that for a given level of expenditure, there are schools that span the entire range of achievement possibilities. And so if we could identify what the high-performing schools are doing relative to the poor-performing ones, it might tell us something about how we can improve the poor-performing schools without having to increase school budgets. What I hope to do in this capstone project is to look at the features of the schools that perform well versus those that don't, and try to distinguish which of those features is most important for determining academic success. If we know which features play the largest role, we could inform principals and superintendents about which practices or processes they should be implementing, and perhaps where they should prioritize their efforts in improving student performance. They could do this even just with the resources they already have, not needing to spend any more money. So once I am able to pin down these relationships between inputs and outputs in education, my hope would be to summarize them and deploy them with some graphics on a web page that could serve as kind of a policy brief or a short report that described the results of the findings and could give schools some idea of where to target their efforts. The data set I'll be using for this project includes New York public schools as well as charter schools, and I have information on expenditure per pupil, the test performance for various grades for 2019 in math, science, and English, as well as information about the degree of qualifications of the staff and the principal, the number of years of experience, etc. And I'll be looking to combine this information with a separate data set that's made available by the state of New York called the School Quality Report, where each school is given a categorical score on a number of important aspects of the school, such as the rigor of the curriculum, the degree of collaboration among the staff, the extent to which the principal is making adjustments when objectives aren't being met, etc. And after combining these data sets, I hope to learn which of these qualitative aspects, if any, are predictive of student success. And in doing so, I hope that this would inform schools about how to prioritize and target their reforms if necessary.